Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest blerd in the land. Welcome back to blerd. Welcome back to the community. Today, I'm back with a new video. And today's new video is one of my favorite Aftermath artists. Well, he's no longer Aftermath anyway. It's no other than Kendrick Lamad. And it seems like he's had a really great year. I mean, I'm not going to deny this, guys. I mean, the guy's been flourishing off of disc records, flourishing off of album. But let's get into today's new video. Billboard names Kendrick Lamad Pop Artist of 2024. Woo! Wait! You know what? I agree with Billboard on this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Kendrick did put in the work. All right, let's be real. We all know that Kendrick is not a Drake. He doesn't drop every time he drops an album. He's not super duper consistent. He has gaps when he drops music, and I'm totally fine with that because one of the things I respect about Kendrick more so than Drake, love Drake. Drake's consistent. Don't get me wrong. Kendrick's able to drop bodies of work of albums and then disappears. Drake can't do what Kendrick does when it comes to dropping albums. And that's the difference between them. It's well deserved. It started off this year, back in the summer, when Kendrick and Drake were going at it during the summer. And pretty much, I gotta admit, Kendrick overall had better records than Drake when it came down to it. Yes, there were two that I enjoyed from Drake, but Kendrick had Euphoria, very soulful. I really love the soulful twist to it. Then he had Meet the Grams. That right there set it off. I love the instrumentation to it, like ding, 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 dun, 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 dun. I'm telling you, it's no denying it. Then on top of that, the record I've been hearing all year long for 2024 for the remainder of the year. Not Like Us. Woo! Boy, oh boy, I remember going to the mall hearing it. Radio stations were playing it like crazy. Going to the stores. They were playing this record. So Kendrick definitely did deliver when it came to consistency. We saw a side of Kendrick like, well, if he really wanted to be consistent like a Drake, he really could. Because he was well calculated between the battle between the two of them. On top of that, Kendrick's biggest record, that was a single, Not Like Us, is the biggest diss record of all time. Meaning it beat Ether. It beat Hit 'Em Up by Tupac. No other artist has ever done this, and it's by far amazing. All right, I'm like, yo, Kendrick did deserve this. All right, like there's no denying. I'm like, we haven't seen that. On top of that, Meet the Grams, Euphoria are other diss records that are charting and are doing extremely well. So Kendrick's eating off of diss records during this time when it came down to it. And then later this year, after that was over with, Kendrick decides to drop GNX, his next album that is under PG Lane and Interscope, because he's no longer signed to Aftermath, of course. Actually a phenomenal piece of work from start to finish. And it actually is probably the biggest album for this year to reach 1 billion streams for 2024. Woo! Yeah, Kendrick wasn't playing. He was very tactical about the way he was going to promote his music and get the album out there. On top of that, majority of the album is charting on the charts when it comes to the music streaming platforms. So props to him. Props to him. Kendrick really did do his thing. I was like, man, I mean, your album's doing really good. Oh, and I can't forget this, guys. Kendrick, some of his other albums went back into the streaming charts, meaning that they're doing well. Damn is one of them. I think Good Kid is, his very first album is still streaming, of course. Damn surprised me. I think Session 80 also got some more streams. So it seems like Kendrick had a resurgence with his career when it came to, like, his career wasn't necessarily bad, but just a notoriety of his success, like his newfound version of how to execute being a successful artist, even though he doesn't drop as consistent as some of the other artists that are out. I think it's a dope choice. Now, let's talk about the other people that are top artists as well. I'm not going to name everybody because if I do that, then it's going to turn into something else. One of them is Beyonce, of course. Beyonce, I kind of figured that she was going to be on there. Taylor Swift, I kind of knew that too. It's like, okay, those are people that you kind of knew that were going to be that. The most interesting thing is, even though Drake did not win Pop Artist of the Year for 2024, and I think he has maybe a couple years for quite a while consistently, pretty much Drake had an honorable mention. I think Kendrick just had a better rollout. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the reason why he won. He has a work ethic behind him. And he has a decent, seem like his team, you know what I'm saying? Him and Dave Free. But it's well deserved. You know what I'm saying? Some artists you can kind of figure like, okay, they're putting in the effort. They got a rollout going. Like I said, his album has doing extremely well. Other songs are doing well. His other albums are back charting. So yeah, I think this was Kendrick's winning year. When it came down to it, it seemed like he kind of dethroned Drake in a way in some avenues. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, when I think about it now, it's like, well, Drake was at some point a top artist when it came to certain things, but it seems like Kendrick is coming for the crown. You can believe what you want to believe, but like I said, I think Kendrick is trying to take his top spot. I mean, it was between him and J. Cole, and it's like, well, Kendrick tends to, like, he doesn't really consider you guys anything really peer-wise, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to music. He's like, look, I'm the best out here. Ain't no other artists out here better than me. But it is a blur. Living in the world, guys. You tell me in the comments, were you surprised that Kendrick won Pop Star of the Year? And my next question for you guys is, do you think he put in the actual work for this? It is a blur. Living world, guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing, also sharing. Also, hit that bell to stay notified, guys. It is the hardest working blerd on YouTube, guys. And I'm out.